What's up, everybody? John Arapola here with MyMMANews, and today's guest is one of the newest fighters to make the UFC roster. I'm talking to Jasmine Jasudavicius, who just picked up a big win on Dana White's Contender series. She got a unanimous decision victory over Julia Pilastri, and that win was good enough to get a contract. Really impressed the boss, and we're going to talk to Jasmine all about that victory here today. And Jasmine, first off, I know you're extremely busy. You have a lot of media to get to today, so I just want to first start by thanking you for taking this time and doing this interview with us. And if it's okay with you, since you have some time constraints, we're going to get right into things here. And just get started off with this feeling right now. Has it actually started to sink in that you've made the UFC?
It's like kind of just started to sink in just because initially, like, the night of it was crazy. I'm like, there's no way. Like, and then I almost like didn't really believe it for a little bit, but now it's like I've had all the meetings at the PI and the Apex to get involved in their system. So like the strength and conditioning, everything with the Aura Ring, the nutritionist. I've done all those meetings now, and it's just so cool to like they treat you so well. It's amazing, and so now I have the feeling more. It's like I drive up and then security just waves at me. I'm like, this is nuts.
I can imagine. It has to be like the greatest feeling in the world. All of this hard work has now paid off. You're in the sport's biggest promotion, so congratulations. And now let's start telling everybody exactly how you got there. We're going to start breaking down this fight a little bit. And before we kind of get into this round by round thing, I just want to ask about your overall game plan because you were getting takedowns so easily. I think you got four of them throughout the whole entire fight. Was that kind of the game plan coming into this, was to get those takedowns and kind of put her on her back like that?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a super concrete game plan, but they're like, just take it if you're feeling good with your hands, then like keep it standing. But if you want to take her down. And I got that first takedown, and it was like pretty easy to get. So then I figured that my best bet is to continue taking her down, or to keep her down, and try to finish her on the ground or get submission. And so I just thought that would be the best route for success, like in that fight. And so that was the plan.
And now I want to ask you about, you were saying like that's probably going to be the plan, like when you get her down, looking for that finish. In the first round, right at the very end of it, I thought you were going to stop it right there. You were really teeing off on her. Were you surprised that she made it to the end of the bell there and that she got saved by the bell like that? Because, man, the ref was really looking like he was going to stop it. He was saying, just get moving, and next thing you know, the horn goes off like that.
Yeah, I thought I was finishing her. The ref was standing right there, and he was saying like, "Move, move, move! You gotta move! You gotta move!" Like I bet if it's 3 more seconds, then it would have been a first round finish, which would have been sick. But I'm happy it went all the way. I have more ring experience. I wasted a lot of energy trying to finish her in the first, and had to keep going. And so it works out to be the best. But I thought for sure I was finishing her.
I did too. I was getting ready for the stoppage there too. I was really surprised she made it out of that round. But like you said though, you used a lot of energy in that round, and she came back tough after it because that second round was such an interesting round. It seemed like you kind of controlled the first half of it, and in the second round, the second half of that second round, she started kind of building some momentum. So just give us your thoughts on that round and how you thought it went down because it was so narrow, and I thought could have went either way.
Yeah. So obviously, like, super close round, and I did it. I'm very bad at judging how I'm doing in the rounds, and so I was like, I feel like I have to get a takedown and put her on her back again, just in case this round isn't being scored my way. Um, so I figured, like, I was already pretty tired, and it was more exhausting than I would have liked it to be. But yeah, I was like just trying to find the path of least resistance. So I think it was like, that second round, that was a tough round.
Well, now you were saying there too, like how you were exhausted and you were digging deep. The third round, you actually came out, you got a huge takedown that pretty much secured the fight then for you. In that third round, how much of that was just you just digging down deep and making the best of that opportunity? Or did you kind of like get a second wind in a way and that you felt kind of fresh coming out for that last round like that?
No, I didn't feel fresh at all. That was just digging deep, and knowing I had to be relentless with the takedown. She stuffed one or two of my takedowns, and so I wasn't gonna let that discourage me. That's the worst thing that I could do is stop shooting, right? And then she can just she doesn't have to worry about the shot anymore. So I had to continue on, and I figured if I could put her on her back, then I got to keep her there.
So I've been covering the Contender series now for a little while, and your moment after the fight, I think, might be one of the top ones that I remember because everybody's usually so excited and so happy. You were ready to get right to business. You told Dana White as soon as it was over you wanted to fight the next weekend, which I thought was like such a gangster move like that. Is this going to be your game plan then? You want to be extremely active in the UFC that you're already asking the boss if you could fight again already?
Well, it's like after a fight, I'm jacked up. So obviously, I'm on top of the world. I was down to scrap again that night, even being exhausted. But no, I would like to take the opportunity to take a short notice fight, but so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like they're looking into matchups right now. I don't know how far in advance or how close, but like I'm already back in the gym training, and so I always have my weight like decent. I'm good size for 25. If it was like 115 I've fought at before, then it's hard to take short notice, but at 25 it's okay. But I don't know, just waiting to see what next opportunity I have to jump on.
Well, one of the big things that you wanted to do for this opportunity was obviously number one, get into the UFC, which you accomplished. But the other thing was to put Niagara Top Team on the map, your home gym. Just talk what that was like, because there it was in this big stage. You hear Niagara Top Team over and over again on the broadcast. Now you're in the UFC. Just talk about that moment for the gym like that.
Oh, it's like amazing to me. It feels so good because like we have such an awesome crew at home, and obviously our coaching staff is amazing. Like we come from like a smaller town, but it's really cool because there's a couple of gyms that are around the area, and we all like we have our own gym, but then we also train together as well. It's very Canadian style, I guess. That we're really good at like taking advantage of the work that we can get, and and I miss the guys from home so much. I've been out here for 6 weeks. No, more than that. It's 8 weeks, something like that. It's been a long time away from everyone. Luckily, my coach slash boyfriend, he's been able to come for a little bit and then leave and then come and leave and come, and so it was awesome to be able to fight and like show that we're doing the right work. Show the guys like that we're able to be at this level even from a small gym, and I hope that I'm like opening up more doors to the new guys coming up. Also, Aaron Jeffries, one of my teammates, he's fighting this coming Tuesday on Contender Series as well. So I mean, fingers crossed he gets a contract, and then he'll be putting Niagara Top Team on the map as well.
Yeah, big things happen at the gym there. That's awesome. And you were mentioning there too, you did do some other work. You were saying how you were away for about 8 weeks. That work, of course, came at Syndicate MMA in Las Vegas out there, because you went there mainly because there's other women training there, and that was a very big storyline coming into this fight. I know you did interviews before this fight. You talked to the broadcast team about that too before the fight, just how important it was getting those rounds with other women as opposed to just the guys at the gym back home. So I guess going forward, now that you're in the UFC, I'm assuming you're still going to be loyal to Niagara Top Team. You're going to do a lot of work there, but are you going to keep going back to Syndicate and doing work with other ladies there too before your fights, or are you just going to solely focus just on Niagara Top Team from here on out?
No, no, the plan is definitely to come back for my camps. This camp it was honestly probably one of the best camps that I've ever had. And it's nice because Canada's still really locked down, and there's so much restrictions, and it's kind of like a pain in the ass trying to get all the girls together. And it's like, oh, do you have your COVID test? Do that, it's pain. And so it's awesome to be able to be here. And I have so many girls, so many high level girls to train with that it just makes sense to come here for my camps and the PI, like for the recovery, for the strength and conditioning. Like they take care of us really very, very well. So it would be stupid for me not to take that opportunity.
Yeah, I know. And the PI, everybody says great things about it. I want to check the building out one of these days. Everybody says it does so much great things for the athletes. And Jasmine, just one other quick question too before we start wrapping things up here, because I know you have an interview after this that you have to run to. Being that you're from Canada, George St-Pierre, of course, I know is a huge role model of yours. He's just getting inducted into the Hall of Fame now. At the time of recording this week, and when this runs, the ceremony would have already have happened. But just talk a little bit about GSP, what he's meant to you, and have you ever actually got to meet him and interact with him at all in your crossing throughout Canada there?
Actually, I have. Yeah, I did some training out in TriStar, and it was so awesome because him and my coach, boyfriend, everything. His name's Chris Prickett. Him and George, they've like talked. They know each other more than obviously I do or anything. And so George invited us to his private gym to do some training, and the place is nuts. It looks like nothing from the outside, and then you go in and you're like, what? This is all here? Like, he's got a full octagon. He's got like a toilet with like touch screen kind of stuff, one of those like treadmill water things, his bell, or one of them right there. Like, it's nuts what he has in there. And just always, he's so nice, and he's always like eager to learn, wants to learn. And obviously, like, that's why he's become the GOAT. He's always in the gym. Like, anytime I've been to Montreal, he's always consistently in there. So it's really cool to kind of see that, like, that's what his life is, and like what he's doing to get that life. It's the same as what we're all doing. So it's so awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I didn't realize that he had like a private gym that has all that stuff in it like that. That's a really cool story. No wonder why it's such great shape too. But Jasmine, I know you have another interview to run off to. Just real quick before you run out here today, though, plug your social media, management, sponsors, anybody like that you got to give a shout out to. Please feel free to do so at this time.
Shout out to the boys at Niagara Top Team. I miss you guys. My social media is Jasmine Jasudavicius. And yeah, shout out to all my coaches back at home. I miss you guys.
All right, Jasmine, thanks again so much for all the time here today. Really appreciate it. And congratulations once again on getting that UFC contract. Really looking forward to see what you do in your UFC career. And just now, before I roll out, just want to remind everybody, if you like today's interview, please go to the bottom, click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And also keep going to MyMMANews.com, checking out all the great work that we have that comes out there. Also, go to our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you check all of those out. And if you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm at John Arapoli on Instagram and Twitter. We'll see you later, everybody.